What's up, everyone? This is Mini Hannibal here. I'm back with another replay review. We are into the new World of Warships patch, the one that does indeed have the commander skill rework. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of interesting replays to review. Today we are reviewing PermaFrostBite, playing a Tier 8 Bismarck in a Tier 10 game. And according to him, he's also in a stock Bismarck. So really interested to see what he's going to do here, and really interested to see how this game works. So we're going to get this started. As a quick reminder before we do, if you enjoy this video, don't forget, before we start, click that like button below and then hit the follow button, the subscribe button, so you can stay up to date and check me out on Twitch. Anyway, let's get into this game. So, looking at it first, let's see. Thunderer, 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 Vermont, Pommern. As I look at this, the Zhao is going to be annoying from distance. The Alaska is going to tank like a pain. Cleveland's not too bad. Fletcher only DD will make this a little easier for being a battleship, but that Thunder is going to be just a nightmare, because the Thunders, especially if this is a Deadeye game, which I'm assuming it is until otherwise stated, is going to make this a nightmare. Crash Zone Alpha, and our Bismarck is set up in the middle. Worst position as a battleship to start. First thought I have here is good choice on way he's going. The reason this is a good choice for him to turn right is based off of where the ships are. So if we look at where the ships are, they have two battleships down here along with the Ibuki and Minnow. They have two battleships up here along with, once again, a Moskva and a Buffalo. But the Hipper and the Cleveland are both going to support D, and the YOLO Emilio is going into C. So having the Bismarck go down to A is not a bad play to give more support to that side. Personally, I would prefer, and with a battleship here, it's better to go this way because you have better firing lines than this island that just starts blocking you brutally. But you don't want to overload this side too much. You want to be able to compete on both sides. So I like the choice here where he's going. Let's speed this up a bit and get into some fighting. Just going to keep it going. So Fletcher's in the middle, no surprise. Let's see. First shots. Doesn't have the angle. Staying dark. Nothing to shoot at anyway. Free look. Good. So he's watching to make sure he's not going to hit that Thunder. Slow back down. So, good map awareness here. Always good to have map awareness, though the Thunderer really doesn't. This is on the Thunderer. So, not the Bismarck's fault here. Not Perma's fault here. Remember, if you're a battleship, you need to always be watching where you're going. This one's a little awkward. This one's a little awkward, but once again, ooh, and that's a rough spot there that it gets stuck there. But once again, the battleships that are turning and kiting have to be aware more of the battleships pushing straight forward. I don't like the Thunder in Massachusetts choosing to do a straight turn here. Let's see. Good shot selection. Bag ration's always a nice shot selection, first off. Tier 8 cruiser, very easy to hammer. Let's see what we get here. About what I'd expect, one pen. Don't believe we're running Deadeye, though Deadeye may not matter. Deadeye should still work. So that did not look like a Deadeye salvo to me.
Пожарная тревога.
Okay, let's keep watching here. Now, at this point, first off, triple fire, so let's wait till he... Good. There we go. There's a case to be made for him waiting to do the triple fire just a hair longer until he's out of range, but with the triple fire, you really want to get that done as quick as possible. That's needed. It's a good thing he didn't do it on the first. Wait until you have more than one, because otherwise it's a waste. Now, at this point, he's got his decision to make. He can either hard left turn it here and lock in on that island, and if he does, he'll be able to look towards the Riga over here, or he can continue down here. As I look at this, with our mass positioned here, I want to push with the Minnow, because this Monarch's coming out to give us a beautiful angle, and that Pommern's not in a great spot to hit. So, being able to hit this Monarch and support the Ibuki Minotaur is going to be the right call here. And good. That's the call you should be making there. Alaska there, but he can't hit the Alaska. He already knew the Alaska was there. Freeze. The one thing I would probably have done if I was him, and it's just coming off our screen right there at the edge, is we have that Riga. I probably, if I'm him, I'm looking for that shot on the Riga. The Alaska's in a position I don't have a shot, and I'm about to go behind a ton of islands where I'm not going to have shots for a while. Even with the Monarch pushing out, it's still going to take time to get my turrets over, which should take up about the 30 seconds it takes for the Monarch to get out and to reload. So I should definitely be looking at this broadside Riga. You had some good shots there. That's a shot opportunity that was missed. That was definitely a missed opportunity right there. But now he's got a Monarch turning out. He's turning the ship so he can get both guns. Good, good. That's what you want to do. Here's one spot where I do a slight disagreement. It's good shot selection, but I'm probably, because I'm behind that island and the Monarch isn't that good and the guns aren't turned towards me, I want to angle myself so I get my third and fourth guns going for the full salvo on him. Because 8 shots is better than 4 shots, and there's nothing that's going to be able to punish you for the length of time that it takes you to turn out just that hair and then move back in. So I would be turning out to get all 8 shots off instead of just 4. Unlucky with the 2 non-pens. But yeah, I could have easily gone I could have gone both sets out. And once again, here, same thing. I'm thinking here as I'm getting ready to fire. Pommern's still not in a position to hit me, plus I have the smoke. I've already slammed the brakes, which is what I should do. I want to be able to get both sets of shots out here on the Monarch. See how this one goes. Better. The issue there with why those shots aren't hitting as well as we want them to is 2. 1, Germans have terrible dispersion. 2, aiming low. So in a Bismarck, especially against an angled battleship, that battleship's at about a 30-degree angle, Bismarck doesn't have the greatest guns in the world. Aim the superstructure, because you will smash the Monarch superstructure. So we were aiming too low there, Perma. If you push it up, you'll smash the Monarch superstructure, you'll get more damage there. Fletcher's still last we saw at sea, so no need to worry. Ooh, Riga dies to the Apollo. That's a really big thing. Okay, so Fletcher's here, so now we gotta watch. So my Hydro, I'm not using it yet, but I'm keeping an eye out for it. Good angle. And hold the shots, hold the shots, hold the shots. You know you want to hold the shots. Once again, if you're just a hair more angled, you get out all the shots. You're having some bad luck on the shots hitting here, to be honest. You're getting some good secondary, though. I can see that this is definitely some secondaries. Good, watching the torps. Back guns onto the back ration. Just a little too far back to get them. There's a lot of damage I feel was left out on the table, but your secondaries are absolutely just shredding that Pommern. It's just chip, 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 slowly but surely down. And now we wait. Now, one thing to be careful of here is too much target focus. If you observe, the Ibuki's died, so now the prime target for the Monarch here is the Minnow and the Bismarck. And the Monarch has the HE, spam the HE, start burning him down. We're having a good job done here, and it's a really nice job of burning down this Pommern, but we gotta watch out that we're not getting too focused. Keep backing up, and watch out for that Monarch that's sitting here giving you a broadside you can absolutely hammer. I would probably actually say switch my guns to the Monarch, because I think I can Citadel on that angle, rather than the Pommern, who I'm not getting good shots off at right now. Once again, the back 4 guns aren't gonna hit. Good chunk, better, but the superstructure's been saturated, so not great damage. Good use of the repair. And right there, that salvo we couldn't even see, that was the Monarch. That salvo we just took right there, that's the Monarch that I'm talking about. And there we go, now we look at the Monarch, and we're like, ooh, Monarch. Monarch giving broadside. Might get the shots out here, but the Monarch disappears, of course. Okay. Stayed still too long. Stayed still too long. The Pommern needs to die, yes, and the Pommern's going to go down, and you've done a great job. He goes down probably off secondaries here, I'm going to bet. But when you know the Fletcher's there, you should be backing up because the Massachusetts is covering your front. So the Fletcher's probably goal is to come in here. So we need to be backing up more there than just sitting still. Good. Palmer goes down to the minnow. And now you start working the Fletcher. Fletcher is smart to back up, though he came too close. He's in hydro range. Let's see how these shots do. Nice, good shot. Oh, yeah, you got him chunked. But now, once again, you're in a really awkward position. You got a Monarch that's sitting right outside detection range to your right, and you've got a Fletcher pushing up in front of you. Fletcher's not going to push up now with the hydro for a minute, but that doesn't mean you don't get torped from distance. Good choice. Superstructure it, superstructure it. Nope, wrong button. Oh, watch that salvo in. Yeah, that's some rough dispersion. That almost made me think like that Monarch's running Dazzle, not that it can or something, but like just with that, how rough that German dispersion was. Good, secondaries are going. That's what we want. Okay, no, don't push forward here. Don't push forward here. Do not push forward here. The issue with pushing forward here is you've still got a Fletcher over here. So the Fletcher's still in a prime position. If the Fletcher had come this way, you're getting torped and you're pushing straight into them, and you're still between a rock and a hard space because your only options are to turn into the Monarch, give your broadside to the Alaska, because you can't really turn into the island anymore. You don't have the support to push here. Good, you're slamming the brakes again. Good. Prio target, and there's the torps. There's the torps. Yep, that's why you don't want to push forward. Now, you stopped, which is really good, but yeah, that's what we're worried about when we push forward. Good, superstructure hammer, and there's another heal. Nice work. No fire, that's always good. Your secondaries are doing damage. Like, your secondaries, I'm just watching your damage tick up, and it's just tick, 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 tick constantly. So that Monarch's going to go down. Now, we'll wait till that Monarch goes down here, because it will. Turning in. Double ricochet. Yeah, superstructure. Superstructure and guns right here. There's the Alaska pushing up. Good, you're pushing back, though this is going to be an awkward spot now with that Alaska coming up. Kills the Alaska Monarch right here, I believe. Nope, ricochets. Oh, bad luck. Okay, now you're going to work the Alaska. Now, yes, good. So you start, you should be turning yourself, yeah, like that, good. Keep turning yourself so you can get those back guns on, and so that you can get more secondaries going. Yep, there we go, shoot, right there, boom. That's what you want. Not a ton of damage, but you're going to hammer that superstructure. And now you've just got to be worried about that Fletcher, because you're assuming that Fletcher's out. Yeah, you're fine. Minnow's not. 102,000, nice job. Secondaries are just working. I mean, he already had almost 300 secondary hits. That's disgusting. Little low on the aim. With the Germans especially, aim a little higher, ladies and gentlemen, because the Germans are just so poor in the dispersion. Fletcher's around behind you, which is a problem. You're in your own right now. So that Fletcher's should have a good chance to put you dead to rights. See, there we go. Much better hit. Much better hit. Ooh. Now, admittedly, he is in a stock tier 8, so stock tier 8 definitely makes it a harder one. Okay, good use of the hydro. Fletcher's coming out behind you. I don't like this broadside turn here. Kill. Good, there we go, CQC. Oh, wow. Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. This is a plus side of the new secondaries where they still fire on both sides even if you're focused on one side. So that's a real nice bonus, and that's an excellent double strike. That Fletcher played that really poorly, ladies and gentlemen, because the Fletcher has to know and think about the range of the Hydra on the Bismarck. Also, the Fletcher doesn't have the torps, so if he's thinking he's just going to burn down the Bismarck, that's one thing. But he should be waiting until his torps are up again. But man, nicely done, nicely done. Nicely done, especially considering it was a double secondary double strike. That's hilarious. Okay, good. Back up. Keep that island between you. You have no torps coming at you, so you're safe right now. But yeah, the reason I said I don't like this turn angle here is because if the Fletcher hasn't launched all his torps at that minnow, then you're really just giving him a chance to just send the torp straight at you before he dies and kill you. Okay, at this point, 102,000 health for Mon is going to be a pain in the butt. Let's see, and still anybody's game. You guys are in a bit of an awkward spot considering they have a full health Vermont. That being said, there goes the Zhao, which is their big kiter. So, at this point, you need to get into the fight. And there's the heal, good, and you're pushing forward. Exactly what you need to do. So yeah, you want to push around, get that flank. You're looking for the Cleveland or that Goliath. You're not going to have range on the Goliath over it, that island, unfortunately. But you need to. The advantage for your team, the advantage here for why I think the green team has a better shot, even with lower health because of the fact that it's a full health Vermont and most likely an almost full health Thunderer, is because of the fact of positioning. So look at this. The Soyuz, Hipper, Buffalo, and Thunderer have islands they can use to start hammering but not be hit from all directions. Bismarck's got the flank, he's in a problem, but also the cap positioning. So the Hipper can start to push up and mess with C-cap. A-cap's in a really awkward spot because if that Cleveland comes straight, he's got to win a fight against Bismarck, which the Cleveland can do, but it's an awkward spot to be in nonetheless. So as I'm playing this, if I look at this, I'm going to go, I'm going to angle like, yes, I'm going to angle like that, a little bit more, stop right there on your angling. Perfect. So that you're not giving a great chance. And then I'm looking at that Goliath. I'm not looking at that Vermont, yeah, looking at that Goliath. Fighter plane for detection is good. Oh my, that Vermont is just sitting there in a beautiful spot. Good aim. Let's see this salvo. Nice. My one nitpick there, and that was a phenomenal salvo, is if you're a hair lower, if you aim just above the water line, like you were, like when you aimed, you were about here at the bow. If you aim down here at the, like right here, so a little above the water line, so you don't risk those shells blowing below, you still have a good chance to hit that Vermont Citadel, because that thing is massive. Granted, you might get torpedo protection hits, but I would say a hair lower. Okay, so Thunderer gone, but Goliath also gone. So yeah, let's see. See, he's aiming at the bow right again, right there on the bow. Like I said, I feel like a hair lower here. Because when you've got that much broadside of a Vermont, try to take the shot for the Citadel. Worst that happens, you don't hit it. There we go. Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland, you're done for. Oh, Cleveland, you're done for. And you're beached. Which might actually save you for a second. Oh, yeah, you're dead. Pour one out for the Cleveland boys. Oh, he manages to survive that one. But yeah, pour one out for the Cleveland. Aim lower, aim lower, aim lower. So, freezing it right here. When I'm a battleship firing into Cleveland, and your damage is phenomenal this game. This is just as if for all new players. If you're a battleship firing at a Cleveland or any cruiser that's giving this angle, aim here. And here's why. Look at this line and draw the line. So the ship's going this way, so the ship's going this way. So that means as I draw the line, the ship's going to be about here. So, why is that important? If I hit the deck or the superstructure, I'm getting overpens. If I hit and I bring my cursor down here, so just a hair below him, more likely to get the hits on the side, more likely to get the citadels or the penetrations, even though that should be a dead Cleveland right here. Ricochet. Confederate, nice. Ooh,
огонь на
Hammer
цель.
that forward, but good game, good work. That Cleveland's dead. You're gonna get robbed of a kill, I do believe. Yep. You could have very easily had a crack in here. You got robbed of at least 2 kills so far, if not 3. Okay, at this point, Cleveland's gone. Last big threats are the Thunder and the Bag Ration. I'm pushing up. So if we look, we can see the Soyuz is fighting the Vermont and the Buffalo's there as well. Yeah, you've got to get out because you need to be putting damage on that Vermont because that Vermont cannot... That Vermont's in an awkward spot. Yeah. And the Soyuz is going to tank well, but you need to be over there. Bag Ration's going for D. Let's see how this goes. So aim, find the aiming. I was just about to say I'd be really tempted, but I don't like that shot line. Lower. There we go. Not the deck. Try to hit for that Citadel. 8,000, but I do feel you could have hit that Citadel, but Soyuz probably taking the ram on the Vermont at this point. Vermont pushed too far up. He's going to get rammed, I believe. And now you've got a Thunder to fight at close range. Good. Angle in more. Thunder has 457s. When you're fighting 457mm guns in one aim. Not bad. Looking a little bit behind, but not bad. Your secondaries are just disgusting. Your secondaries are just absolutely disgusting.
До конца боя осталось 5 минут.
Nice. Okay, at this point, good. Switch back to the Vermont because you have the big Vermont. Your aim just feels constantly high to me. Like, it's working, you're getting the good pens, and that's a nice kill, and 200,000 damage is no joke. But it feels like you're missing so many potential Citadels because you're just aiming a little too high. Now you push into B, you'll be able to cap B. That's a game at this point. With the fact that it's 3-on-2, the Bag Ration's at 14,000. That should be game at this point. The Buffalo still has a decent health. Yeah, no.
Огромное спасибо.
Okay. Okay. I understand here the angling in. I understand why. But at this point, I have to argue the better play is to angle out. I would say thinking of this, the better play is to angle out to keep putting the shots out on the Thunder. Because the Thunder is going to be worrying about the Buffalo and the Soyuz. Or even if not the Thunder, you've got a Bag Ration here that's sitting broadside as you come out. But yeah, there's the Buffalo dead. Bag Ration's low. I would not be turning in here. I would be turning out. I would definitely be turning out. The cap's not as important as the kills at this point. Because you're gonna win or lose based off of kills. Like, the Soyuz is going down. Now,
Вы последняя надежда команды.
at this point, that the Soyuz and the Buffalo have gone down is where I would change and say lock in. And here's why. To understand why I'm changing my tune there, ladies and gentlemen. To understand why. When it starts out, he should be turning out to try to keep getting the shots out to help his team. Once the Buffalo and the Soyuz get chunked out, at this point, with him being the last ship and no heals, that's where he turns in. Because at this point, now's the time to turn in because you got the B cap you're taking. They're not anywhere close to the D cap. So right now you're ticking up, let's see, it's 4 every 9, okay, this game. So you're ticking up every 9 seconds, you're gaining 4 points. And you're about to take B, and they can't get to A in time. They might get to D, but even then, you're still going to be ticking up too many points for them to overcome. So your goal is to stay dark here. So yeah, this is the point where I would turn it out, because the Thunder is not in a position to hit me, the Bag Ration's not in the position to hit me. And there's the Thunder. So the Thunder, if he's smart, has his guns loaded. Yep, his guns are turned in face, and there's the fire. DCP that one, you have to. But now you need to stay dark. So see, as I said, boom. You've taken over the points lead now. Now you just run. Because you're up by 7, and even if they take D, they can't get enough caps. Your goal at this point is to just run. So we're going to speed it up because I think that's all they're doing. You have to do at this point. So yeah, see, they're taking D, but you're still taking up 4 extra points than them. You've already built a big lead, and there's a minute left. That's game. The Thunder is not going to catch you. I honestly just lock myself right behind that island. Yeah, I'm locking myself behind that island. I don't even need to come out, because I risk coming out and I risk the Thunder detecting me. So that should be game, but we'll speed it up just to make sure. Yep, that's game. And good, stopped. Okay, so game's about to end, and we'll let it end. Okay, so my thoughts. First off, phenomenal game. 200,000 damage in a stock Bismarck is great. Your secondaries were disgusting. That was a hilarious, hilarious double strike with close quarters expert for both of them. Good job taking the B cap. That did definitely win the game. Couple things, like I said, that I would say, here's where we need to work on, and here's what should be, here's what'll help. So remember the aim, like I said, as we look at his ship right here, if you aim at the nose line, you're going to hit the deck, and the deck's going to be great for chunking the superstructure, no question. The deck's going to be great for chunking the superstructure. But the issue is when you're firing on ships like that, Thunders and Vermonts even, aim lower close to the waterline. Even with the German dispersion, put it right here. So right where the jut down happens, you know, from the icebreaker. Put it right there, and you're still at a good spot where you can citadel and hit deck, but you got better chances on those citadels. The other thing is just, yeah, this one was the riskiest maneuver you did was turning it out there at B. I would have locked in, backed up, turn and ran instead of doing the hard turn out because you don't know where the bag ration and thunder are. And then once you realize that the bag ration is probably the one in D, or even if you think it's the thunder, you go back this way because you're assuming one of the ships is going to be here. That being said, really good win. Really nice game, and for being tier 8, like, don't get me wrong, you know, there's always stuff we can do to improve, but for the fact that it was a tier 8 ship, you did great. You did great. Well done. Well done. Anyway, don't forget, hit like on the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and enjoy checking out our other replay reviews. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day. This is Minnie, signing off.